Yes, we're so sorry about that. We're so sorry about me talking and you not hearing what I'm saying is because of some technical issues we're experiencing here in the studio. This is Nigeria and you know how it is in my country. All right, a beautiful morning to you all out there. Thank God it's Friday, TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. And to all our Muslim brothers and sisters, I say Jumat Mubarak to them. Today is 25th January 2019. The month is coming to an end again. Wow. The year is running again and you know what is happening in my country, Nigeria. Yeah, we have elections around the corner and I'm going to use this opportunity to tell everyone out there to go and get your PVC. Do not sell your vote. Do not be bragged. Because they're going to give you a bag of rice doesn't mean you should sell your vote, because it's something they are coming in now to rule for another 4 years. 4 years of what? So you should know the right thing to do. All right, you know how we do it on Pitch Talk every Friday. We talk about the 3 top stories of the week. We look for the interesting stories, the most catching stories of the week. That's what we do. So the top stories, the 3 top stories of this week is, I'm going to start with the Court of Appeal in Abuja has barred the Code of Conduct Tribunal CCT from proceeding with hearing in the false assets declaration filed against the Chief Justice of Nigeria CJN Walter Onohen. The 3-man panel granted the interim order pending ruling on the CJN's application for stay of proceedings. Yes, you just have to catch up with the story. That's about the CJN. As the 3-man panel granted the interim order pending ruling of the CJN's application for stay of proceeding. And now we're going to Ezekwesili now. The Allied Congress Party of Nigeria ACPN has disowned its erstwhile presidential candidate and former Minister of Education Dr. Obi Ezekwesili, saying she merely wanted to use the party platform and ticket to lobby a way into a ministerial appointment in the next political dispensation. The party also announced it was endorsing President Muhammadu Buhari as its candidate for the February 16 presidential election following the withdrawal of Ezekwesili from the race without consultation with leadership of the party. And now reacting to the decision of the former minister to drop out of the presidential race, national chairman of the party, who also dubbed as vice presidential candidate Alhaji Gani Galadima, asked Ezekwesili to render account of all monies she received while flying the party flag. It's getting interesting. I tell you, politics is a very, very interesting game, even if it's dangerous and deadly. But I tell you, it's so interesting. It's entertainment. I used to tell people that politics is entertaining, but people don't believe me. Politics is entertainment, because when you hear the story, this person is on. Now, I told people, I keep telling people that we're still going to hear a lot of breaking news, because some people are still coming down, merging with this, merging with this, merging with this. Few weeks election, you're just going to be surprised the way this election is going to turn out. So for all those pastors prophesying, be sure of what you're talking about. If you're not sent, do not speak, because it's a curse if you speak, because you can see the way things are going now. I'm telling you, nobody can predict this election. I just want to advise everybody out there that you have to be careful. Don't go out there, don't no hate speech. If you're not in support of the party, just keep your mouth shut when you're outside. It's not a crime to keep your mouth shut, because anything can happen. That is what's the word. Anything can happen. Now to the 27,000 naira national minimum wage. The Senate has passed the 27,000 naira national minimum wage amendment bill through the crucial second reading. The lawmakers passed the bill on Thursday during plenary following the suspension of the Senate rules. The bill was put through first and second reading simultaneously. During the debate, the lawmakers supported the bill and were confident that it would improve the standard of living for workers in the country. They called on the state government to look inwards and out to actualize the new minimum wage by cutting frivolous expenses and improving revenue generation. Deputy Senate President Senator A.K. Ekweremadu presided over the plenary. About the 27,000 naira wage, they said is going to be okay for the labor. Let's just watch as this is going to turn out. Alright, yes, just watch as this is going to turn out. You know, we do it on Pitch every Friday. The way we introduce our guests is a very different way, in a unique way. I have a big guest in the studio with me this morning. But before I say anything about my guest, let's quickly check out his profile, and I'll be back after this break.
I want to, I'm a hammer. I want to spoil my mother, I want to.
Our guest today on Pitch Talk is Honorable Mutiu Kunle Okunla, MKO. Honorable Mutiu is a Lagos-based businessman, entrepreneur, philanthropist, chairman, Guestimate Environmental Company and Voyage Inn Hotel. Okunla is also the founder of Wasimi Greek Resort Estate and a whole lot of other businesses. He has also invested in the agricultural sector of Nigeria as part of achieving food security for the nation. Intelligent, energetic, resourceful, and an accomplished family man with a high reputation in economic, socio-political circle. A bachelor and master's degree holder in metallurgy and material engineering from the Obafemi Awolowo University in Ife. A man with full sense of responsibility, serving humanity, and a vibrant politician. He is the founder of MKO Foundation, Ola Farm Resort, Guestimate, Environmental Protection. Honorable Mutiu Kunle Okunla is currently running for House of Representatives Ikeja constituency. You are welcome, sir. Our guest today on Pitch Talk is Honorable Mutiu Kunle Okunla, MKO. Honorable Mutiu is a Lagos-based businessman, entrepreneur, philanthropist, chairman, Guestimate Environmental Company and Voyage Inn Hotel. Okunla is also the founder of Wasimi Greek Resort Estate and a whole lot of other businesses. He has also invested in the agricultural sector of Nigeria as part of achieving food security for the nation. Intelligent, energetic, resourceful, and an accomplished family man with a high reputation in economic, socio-political circle. A bachelor and master's degree holder in metallurgy and material engineering from the Obafemi Awolowo University in Ife. A man with full sense of responsibility, serving humanity, and a vibrant politician. He is the founder of MKO Foundation, Ola Farm Resort, Guestimate, Environmental Protection. Honorable Mutiu Kunle Okunla is currently running for House of Representatives Ikeja constituency. You are welcome, sir. Alright, welcome back. I told you that's the way we do it on Pitch Talk every Friday. That's the way we do it. That's our own style. We do it in our own way and we say it the way it is. Alright, you're welcome, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Say hello to people out there watching you.
Hello, Nigeria. Hello, Lagos. Hello, Ikeja.
Alright, this is MKO live on Pitch Talk with Tessy this morning. It's Friday morning. It's so good to have you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, sir. Looking at your profile, sir, you're an engineer by profession. Why do you go into politics?
Thank you very much. I think politics is all-encompassing, and that is the joy of democracy, because every aspect of life is taken care of by politicians. And when you have people with different kinds of backgrounds, be engineering, medicine, law, even artisans, it makes it beautiful. My going to politics is to make an impact, especially in the area of engineering, like infrastructure, which are the basis and the bedrock of human existence.
Okay, so looking at your name, MKO, that name rings a bell.
Yep. Yeah, MKO, you know, the late
MKO, yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Is more like a father to people like us, because we benefit from his philanthropism by education, paying some school fees at the time when we had challenges within the family, giving us bursaries, benefiting from one program or the other. And besides, my own name starts from Mutiu Kunle Okola, and I have yes, and I have a kind of affinity, like in terms of he's my mentor in terms of philanthropies, assisting people, and my pain is that we are unable to benefit hugely from the experience of MKO, and we can't forget him. In order to immortalize him, we have to replicate in terms of nature, and Nigeria have the opportunity to taste in other new generation what MKO intends to do for Nigeria. That will cause trust. Okay,
so let me ask this question again. Which seat are you contesting for exactly?
I'm contesting for your seat of the capital of Lagos State, which is Ikeja local government, for House of Representatives.
Okay, so that seat is a very hot seat.
I know.
For so many reasons. Yeah. Are you not scared?
Seriously, I have contested for the same seat in 2015. And I can say categorically that I won the election, if not for manipulation. But this time around, I think that the democracy we are practicing now, despite the fact that people are actually alarming it that the election is going to be rigged, I believe you have to give people opportunity to make their choice. And once you refuse to people making their choice, it can turn to catastrophe. And in order for people not to lose hope or be daunted that there can't be a better government, or people have to come out and take that risk and take that bold step. And despite the fact that this is the local government of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu that people used to taunt us with, I have the strategy. I have everything that it takes. I'm known, I'm popular, and I'm a giver, I'm a go-getter. I know that I can win Ikeja local government conveniently this time around.
But how do you plan to win? How do you plan to beat the ruling party APC? Because they've been on the seat for how long now? So how do you plan to beat them?
Actually,
because
the APC that people
that set is a really hot one.
Yeah, the APC people got to know today started from AD, from AD to AC, from AC to ACN. At least I practice with them from AD to AC to ACN. So I can say I'm being trained to face them. Because I started my political career with the AD in 1999 when Tinubu came. When he was going for senator, I was the youth leader under the Batco Bola Ahmed Tinubu campaign organization, in which Aregbe was our head then. But it wasn't the promise they gave to us. They told us that people with a low background too will have an opportunity. But they got drunk. They even neglect everybody. Even all the promises given to people are not kept. We are graduates at that time. They told us they are going to provide job for us. He told us that he's indebted to a lot of the youth, because in actual fact, when you look at that election, you remember in the primary of AD then, it's Funsho William that was declared winner before we went to Yaba and called on the leaders of the Afenifere then, Abraham Adesanya, in his blessed memory. They came back and they re-announced Tinubu in whatever way we have gone through it. But you keep on promising the youth. I was the youth leader for Constituency 1, and I've been trained under them because we have a passion to change this nation before we are being hijacked. The youth are being hijacked, and I'm the last voice of those youth that was hijacked. Our dream was hijacked because I left my job, contract staffs in Transamadi F, to come to Lagos and participate. And when he gave us the promise, and we believe that we have a leader in him, but all those things are history today. You could see what is happening. People keep on talking about Lagos. It's just a face value you are talking about compared to the money and the kind of people that are here. This is a cosmopolitan city where every nation resides. So idea will always flow. So what do they do with the money? That is what they should ask them. Even if it is any other person that is left to govern Lagos, people will come with the idea and they back it with the funds because they live here. They want to live a better life. Lagos is not like any other states. So for anybody to say they are the one that comes with the idea, it is never their idea. It's an international accepted idea. They are even forced to adopt some. Some are being discarded that will have benefited us because they don't benefit from it. And that is the fact. So it's not because they have any idea. Anybody who have idea, you see it in their processes. You see them in their governance. You see the way they are doing. Anybody who have idea will not be afraid of tomorrow. You could see the gobsarism is now so preeminent. Even somebody that was given opportunity to work hard thinking that will earn him his second term was cut short of his life of political actualization. That's not fair. That's not the kind of thing we are saying here. Let people be merited on their capacity. You honor people who have worked. You reward good deeds. And if that is missing, I don't know what we are calling for. But we want to save Nigeria. We want to save Lagos. And you can see that we preaching freedom. Freedom.
Lagos.
And that's what we need. We need to free Lagos.
All right. So from going around campaign that you've been doing, what has the feedback been like? Yeah,
it was tremendously overwhelming. I will not lie to you. I even have some of my video clips. We went from room to room, house to house, went to rekindle people hope. People who have lost hope of participation. I'm telling you, Lagos, they are so much doing disservice to Lagos that they are giving people hopelessness. And when people are not hopeful, there won't be diversity of idea. People will not even raise a finger. That's why you see Lagos the way it is. People are not actually interested in pursuing their dream any longer. So what we do is to rekindle their hope. We call them from their hole to come out. That this time around, we are going to give to you the leadership that you desire. You can see the turnout because the hunger in the city is so high. It's like we are all like a rat in a hole that we are waiting for something to call us to come and take something. So everybody coming out, trooping out because they've got nothing to do. I will give you a scenario. It's like one of my friends who told us that MKO, don't you look at it this way, that people who do not have anything to do, who do not even have job, they don't lose anything. It is you people that are looking for job that are losing every day because you take your money to take transportation, you go to people, you beg them, on the long run you come out with nothing. You keep on losing what you have on ground, and that is what is happening now. A lot of people are now seeing it that why I'm actually looking for work. I can go begging. When I beg, I get 1,000 naira per day. No loss. Just go in there. Is that the way we want to continue with this country? Everything is failing. Even the international world are not ready to assist Nigeria again.
All right, now about the tearing of your posters. I saw that on the social media that you're complaining about the tearing of your posters. What do you have to say about that?
Actually, the tearing of my poster...
How true is it? Is it true?
Yes, very well. You could even see it all over. It's being pasted. As I'm coming here, most of my posters outside, they are pasted on top of them. It's just a threat to them. It shows that I'm going to win this election because they are feeling it. Everywhere they go, probably when they campaign to everywhere, they are talking about MKO. That's why they feeling threatened. And when you look around, it's not even about, you could see yourself, go around, look at where all my poster is. You will see them pasting on my own poster. And if you see another party poster, they will never touch it. You've seen the flag of AD all over, nobody touch it. But immediately you see my flag, I put my flexi, they use rod to hit them, to pull them down. They thought we are going to go violent.
But who are those people that are pulling down the posters?
Yeah, they are our political opponents.
Political opponents.
Yeah,
okay.
So who are our political opponents? They are APC, who are the ruling party. You see, they are the one, because if you go to the local government, you will see my poster that are being pasted on by Kasumu, who is going for House of Assembly in constituency 2. Okay. It is conspicuous in the front of the local government. And we've been campaigning, we've been telling even the police, but we don't want to get violent because that's what they are looking for. They are looking for us to get violent so that they can find an excuse to say Lagos is not peaceful.
It's not peaceful.
And once they say that, probably, you know, recently, to burst your bubble, a minister for information or whatever they call him, I just moved that opposition is calling for an interim government, and I can see that that is their threat, that opposition is calling for an interim government. It is not good from a ruling party. How can opposition be calling for an interim government? So what they wanted to do is to create a kind of tension, violence, so that they can bring in their cronies who are Kaba in the presidency. I think the Kaba still have eyes for presidency. If they could not succeed in using Buhari to deceive us, they want to come from the back door.
All right, with Ikeja being the base of Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu, how ready are you to win that seat?
Yeah, that's why at the beginning of this election, we don't wait for nobody that we have embarked on the rally.
Okay.
We've moved from all the wards. We've moved from Ward A to Ward J. We have 10 wards in Ikeja.
Okay.
We started a kind of philanthropist activities by providing, you know, we don't want to call it stomach infrastructure, but to them they call it stomach infrastructure.
Okay.
You can't ask people to vote for you and actually you meet them in their situation. They are hungry. Even the Bible and the Quran, they said act of giving is kindness.
It's kindness.
You don't ask people to vote for you or to do things for you and leave them in their state. You have to raise them up. You have to give them hope. So our provision of the day, and seriously, if anybody say PDP doing stomach infrastructure, they can be saying it in 2015 when we have moved to federal, when they deceived the Lagosians that all the problem and the problem of Lagos is by PDP. So people thought that if they control the federal government, they are going to be better Lagos. But today it's getting worse. They even joined the federal government to inflict pain on the Lagosians. That means they have no alternative. So what we do, we go from house to house to campaign, and we provided basic amenities. You don't give a man that is hungry clothes, you give him food. You don't give students who want to go to school without exercise books, you provide writing material for them. Okay. So some we provide even rechargeable lantern. It's as bad as that, because the power that they claim that is stable is not stable. Because you could even see that when Jonathan, sorry?
No, I'm listening.
You could see when Jonathan laid all those pipelines for the gas to the power station. These people have not done anything. After a few months into coming to office, they say body language changed things. The body language has turned to body odor. It is what Jonathan did, they all spent and they finished. So what we do is reaching people at their needs. And we've been doing that in Ikeja, and it's giving us a good turnout.
All right, time is not a friend of ours this morning, MKO, but I want you to say one last thing out. What message you have to pass to everybody out there on the final note?
Thank you very much. My message this morning is for Nigeria to actually look and assess their life 3 years ago. Forget about the lie of corruption. Even if their basic campaign is based on corruption, the corruption have now traded places now. You could see the way they celebrate corrupt people, member of PDP that are joining them every day. So that person can never keep corruption. It's now a warehouse for corruption. You could see our leaders who actually benefited from the party and still collect money from them are cross-carpeting at this hot hour. So that means PDP is a party to go for now. It comes in with sanitized members of the society through the processes of internal democracy that we have gotten to this and select our presidential candidates. So I want you to know that the corrupt part of PDP of yesterday is now the APC. So you can make your decision.
All right, thank you very much, MKO. I tell you, politicians, they have a lot to talk about. Giving them to us is not even enough for them. Thanks for coming to the show, sir. Thanks for coming on the program. All right, we'll be back after this break. I want you to know what your phone is killing your relationship. You need to check this out. We'll be back after this break. Go nowhere.
I can't even imagine what the suicide and homicide and just the rates of depression, and accidental deaths due to overdose are going to look like in the future. It's going to reach epidemic proportions. It's already, the statistics are already alarming, and yet nobody's sounding any alarm bells. Parents have to intervene. We have to stop giving our kids free access to social media and phones at young ages. They are not ready for it. Their minds cannot cope with the dopamine. They can only have it up to a certain hour, and you take it away. They're children. You can take the phone away. We've got to intervene as parents. But as companies, we now have to deal with the influx of kids that are coming into our companies with addiction. Watch, I see it all the time. Walk through any office. You'll see the older employees have their phones on the sides of their computers as they're working. You'll see the youngest employees have their phones face up in front of their keyboards between their arms as they're working. And this is how they work. And the science is alarming. They did experiments on mice where they did the multitasking. They put flashing lights to mimic going from the computer to the cell phone.
All right, welcome back. I'm so sorry about that phone. I wanted you to know what phone is doing to our relationship, but time is not a friend of mine this morning. I don't know why. I don't know. Is it I don't know how to manage my time or what? All right, yes, I have Dr. Stella Ford in the house with me this morning, all the way from United States of America. You're welcome to the show, ma'am. All right, this morning we'll be talking about feminism. Yes, because feminism, some people don't know the meaning of feminism. Some people don't even some guys are even looking at some guys are looking at people that are claiming that feminism is just something like they are trying to overthrow the guys. I don't know the misconception behind that word feminism. People don't really understand what feminism is. And you have a book. You wrote a book on feminism. So I would like you to enlighten us more, enlighten the people more about feminism. And I want all the guys to just sit and watch, because you need to know. Because when you raise the word feminist now, you say you're a feminist, people will start looking at you as if you're evil. I don't understand. So at times I even get confused that what is actually the meaning of feminism?
First of all, I'll start by saying that every woman is a feminist.
Is a feminist. Okay.
And every man who sympathizes with women's cause,
okay,
is a feminist sympathizer.
Sympathizer. Oh, okay.
You see, the reason people feel that feminism is a bad thing is because they believe that once you mention that name, you want to overthrow the male dominance. But that's not the issue, really. Feminism, in a nutshell, is doing the let me put it this way.
Okay.
Feminism is women issues.
Women issues.
Everything that has to do with women is a feminist, not just issue, but it's a feminist. I'm trying to find a word that I will use that will be a little more generic.
Okay.
It's for us that are in academics. A feminist issue is an issue that is very important to the society.
Okay.
The reason people feel that feminism is a bad word.
Okay.
There are different kinds of
feminism. Okay.
You have the radical feminists.
Okay.
The radical feminists are those who some people term as men haters.
Men haters. Oh.
Those are most likely those who would want to get married.
Okay.
And who get irritated whenever you talk about men issues.
Okay.
And then you have Marxist feminists.
Okay.
Marxist feminists are interested in equality of the sexes. They believe that whatever, you know, the cliche that says whatever a man can do,
a woman can do
even better. So it's from that school of thought.
Okay.
Marxism by itself, as you know, it talks about equality. And then you have biological feminists.
Okay.
Biological feminists are those who are interested in reproduction. They are most likely to argue that a woman's place should be in the kitchen.
In the kitchen.
That we are different by the way we are made, and so God, if they call God or whatever they call, want women to take a subservient position. But regardless of which school of thought you belong to, as I said in the beginning, feminism is about women issues. So if you notice, they are all talking about women, but the argument is, how would a woman exist in a society? I am not interested in what school of thought you belong to or anybody argues about. What I'm really interested in is right now for feminists, what is the share of the goodies for the people? As you know, women are about 52% worldwide. We control everything, but we don't get the shares that we deserve. I was talking to one of the presidential, I think it's the governorship aspirant, I think it's gubernatorial assistant or something. I said I was interested because she was among the very few that are there. I said, you go around and check the posters, all you see are just men faces. But men don't get worried. And I also noticed that some women don't even get worried about it.
Okay.
So, when you talk about feminism and people get you all started, when we were in school, what we tell them is like, I am a mother. At that time, I wasn't a grandmother. Now I'm a grandmother.
Okay.
I'm a sister.
Okay.
I'm a daughter. I'm a wife. And all these things have connections to men. So how can I get men? You don't hate what you love.
Don't hate what you love.
And so it is now for us to bring to the fore the issue of feminist equality.
Okay.
If we want,
And when you say feminist equality, what do you mean by
feminist equality? Some people call it women equality.
Equality, okay.
Women,
okay.
Women, the history of this country. Actually, I attended University of Jos here before I went to United States.
Okay.
I got my sociology degree from University of Jos.
Okay.
I got my law degree from University of Jos.
Okay.
So I know a little about Nigerian history.
History.
And Nigerian history is full of instances where women played pivotal roles, both in the ancient times and in the present time. The book we wrote, about the state and women in Nigeria, the argument was that the traditional traditional Nigerian society or traditional African society did not really distinguish between man's role and women's role. It was the Victorian ideology that brought about the concepts like housewife. We don't have a housewife in traditional African society. Both men and women, they all worked and they appropriated the benefits of their labor. But when colonialism came, they imported Victorian ideas. At that time, women in England were groomed to get married. So they groom them, and you see them in domestic science classes. They send them to convents to groom them to get married, and they get married, and then they had kids, and they managed the home. So when colonialists came to Nigeria, for instance, or in any part of Africa, they brought that concept, and the men that came to look for work in the cities got something to do, but there was no work for women because they were supposed to be at home. In the process, those ladies that were left behind started doing petty trading. So you can understand why even up until now, most societies in Africa, the majority of the petty traders are women. I'm not talking about big traders, I'm talking about the petty ones. So they had to do something to keep busy. And then over time, Nigeria imbibed that concept, that ideology, to the point that even as they wrote the Constitution, most of the languages they used were all masculine languages. They didn't have anything feminine. And so they never anticipated in the Constitution that a married woman, for instance, would have to contest an election.
An election.
As at the time we were doing our research, At that time, a woman couldn't even sign up to open an account in the bank. A woman couldn't buy a property unless the husband co-signed. A woman couldn't bail anybody from, whether it's police station, or a woman can't even post a bond. That was how bad it was.
It was.
And so I remember when we were doing activism, I went to Abuja.
Dr. Stella, we don't really have much time. Time is not a friend of ours today. I would like to, what advice would you like to give to all the women out there?
The advice I would like to give to them is that there is something God has given to you.
Okay.
A skill.
A skill.
A talent. An aspiration. A goal.
Yeah.
Follow your dream. Don't let anyone tell you that you can do it. What a man can do,
a woman can do better.
Yeah. And if a woman governs this country, I have the feeling that this country will be a little much better than what it is today.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you, doctor. Thank you very much. Are you still in Nigeria for now? I still have to bring you back on this program to talk more about feminism, because people need to understand it, that it's not evil.
It's not.
It's not evil. And I don't think it's a movement. It's just...
It's not a movement, because it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
It's what you live with. You can't, unless you decide to change your... Even if you do, you will still have to, you know. Most people won't. So the remainder of us won't change.
Won't change.
We have to live.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Stella. This time is no friend of ours today. I'll take a break and I'll be back with my next guest on site. And mind you, my next guest is an entertainer, so my next guest is coming to entertain us. Go nowhere. I'll be back.
Yeah, I come right before you to say I love and I adore you. Forgive my wrongs. I know I've hurt you from my heart. I said I'm sorry. I heard the voices talking in my head, in my head. I heard the voices talking in my head, in my head. All you get is one life, somewhere make it do unwell. All you get is one life, one life. All you get is one life, somewhere make you do unwell. All you get is one life, one life. Another day, the sky is so bright, the rain is gone, I can see clearly now. My pain and worries, the chains and burdens, forever gone. Oluwa, now you get my back. Brother man, what is your pain? My sister, make you wipe off your tears. Oh, trust in the Lord and believe in the word. According to your faith, be done unto you. Anything you want, make you tell them to God and believe it. Just believe it. I hear the voices talking in my head, in my head. I hear the voices talking in my head, in my head. All you get is one life, somewhere make it do unwell. All you get is one life, one life.
Alright, welcome back. I told you my next guest on site this morning is an entertainer, and his name is Blazeman. Blazeman, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. I'm doing great. And how you doing too?
I'm good.
I like your hair.
Thank you very much.
Glad to be on your show.
Yeah. So Blazeman, what's the concept behind that name, Blazeman? Let's start from there. What's the real name?
The real name is Lanre George.
Lanre George.
Lanre George.
Lanre George.
Or Lanrewaju George.
Or Lanrewaju George. That's a very good name. So why Blazeman?
Blazeman is actually an acronym for a statement that motivates me. And,
Okay.
it's a statement that should motivate even you too. It's a statement that is coined. It's an acronym that is coined from the statement "Black is a zealous man." So Blazeman basically stands for Black is a zealous man. So if you are a black man, you should be zealous. So if you're a zealous black man, you are a Blazeman.
You are a Blazeman.
That's all.
I love that.
Thank you very much.
I love that. All right, Blazeman. What kind of music do you do?
Well, I do African popular music, Afro pop music.
Afro pop. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I do. You know, that's a fusion of our African rhythm to the contemporary Western R&B and hip hop vibe. So basically, if I'm boxed and I'm asked to define the kind of music I do, I would say I do African popular music.
So for how long have you been doing this officially?
Officially,
when it's officially, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want you to tell me about those days when you you understand.
Story.
So officially,
officially it's been quite a while. However, 2015 we had to relaunch the brand, because we did some form of rebranding, and since 2015 till now we've been dropping hits back to back. So
back to back.
Yeah. So if you ask me officially, I might just want to tell you 2015.
2015. All right. So the industry. How do you say the industry?
How do I say the industry, or how is the industry treating me?
Now it's the same thing. You're just rephrasing it.
Yeah. Well, basically, it's been fun, it's been wholesome, it's been a very interesting journey. Music is my passion, it's something I love to do, so it's a gradual process, and we believe in the process. So far so good. It's been fun. Are
you under a record label, or you're just pushing it yourself?
I'm actually pushing it myself. However, I have a record label, a registered record label, that's 1605 Studios, so that's where I operate from.
It belongs to you?
Yeah, it does belong to me.
So do you have any artists under you?
Yeah, I do. I have some,
So that means you're not just an artist, how will I put it again? You're an artist manager as well, or management, or how will I put it?
Well, basically I see myself as an intellectual entertainer.
Intellectual entertainer.
Yeah, and also an entrepreneur. So
that's a very good word.
So I have
get mouth. Your mouth is so sweet.
You see that?
Your mouth is so sweet. Okay. All right, Blazeman, with all this sweetness in your mouth, with all this honey in your mouth, do a freestyle thing for us.
Freestyle thing.
Yeah. Let the people at home feel
Brother man, what is your pain? My sister, make you wipe off your tears. Oh, trust in the Lord and believe in the word. According to your faith, be it done unto you. Anything you want, make you tell them to God and believe it. Just believe it. Believe it. I'm sure you've heard the jam because you play a lot on this station.
A lot on this station. So which hood do you represent?
What?
Which hood do you represent?
Basically, I be a better boy. But right now, I stay for Ireland. But if you ask me to, no,
the money is there. No, now what's money called? The next thing is Ireland now. That's the next move.
If you say so, but that's not what I'm saying. Anyway,
but that's what I'm saying.
But we thank God. It's been a good.
So, all right, if you have the opportunity to do a collaboration with a well-known star, that's a Nigerian star, who would that be?
Well, if I have the opportunity to do a collaboration, I think I would like to do a collaboration with YQ.
YQ?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because
why YQ?
Yeah, because he's a talented artist. Okay. He's someone I respect so much, and it's been in the game for quite a while, and he's still doing his thing. However, if I'm to look into the new school, and definitely I would like to do something with Olamide, because I love his street credibility and the way he does his thing. That's
street credibility. He got it. All right, now what do you have to say to people out there, to upcoming stars out there? What do you have to say to them? I want you to advise them, because time is not really a friend of ours this morning.
Well, it's very short. All of us, they also, but the thing is, just believe in what you do. Don't let anybody, dim your fire. Don't let anybody dim your blaze. Believe in yourself. Keep doing what you do. Be passionate about what you do, and very soon you go reach there. So
what should people expect from you, applying or not?
Well, basically expect Lamba, good vibes. Basically Blazeman is identified with good music, so I assure you good music, quality vibe, back to back.
All right, that's it on Pitch Talk today. Yes, it's me, your girl Teresa at the Yemi. Join me same time next week Friday again 11 to 12 on Pitch Talk, and I tell you it's gonna be more fresher. So come your way again, be good to yourself. It's a bye-bye.